I made the white tigers extinct. This is just one of the decisions the 40th day made me make during my time with the game that left me wondering why. Just why?
You've destroyed something beautiful.
Where to start with the 40th day is tough, because the story is almost non-existent. In fact, you won't have a clue who the main villain is until the last 20 minutes of the game, unless if you listen to the audio logs of course, which are dotted around the levels. But the problem with the story being told in this way is that you have to pause the game and listen to something you should be learning whilst playing it. If you don't listen to these, the story you get is that Tycho and Salem are mercenaries that have to take out terrorists, blowing up Shanghai. That's it. And to be fair, the terrorists do a pretty good job at blowing up Shanghai. In the first 10 minutes of the game, you'll be treated to buildings blowing up, skyscrapers collapsing onto one another, and then you're placed onto the street floors, where the backdrop of the game tries to literally explode with action, but instead this comes off as B-grade, attention-grabbing moments, which don't really work, seeing that you don't have a clue why they're doing it.
My partner not to kill you.
Get that out of my face.
The entertainment I found from the 40th day were a few moments which revolved around everyone's favourite moral decisions. The 40th day takes a much more unique approach to a moral choice, as you're placed with two decisions which are really as bad as each other. Once you have made your choice, then you'll be treated to a comic book style of the repercussions of your action. In one case, I killed a tiger, and yes, as I said before, you make that species extinct. It is these decisions which just add to the obscurity of the entire game, and just continually makes you wonder, what the hell's going on? Just like its forebearer, the game can be played entirely in co-op with a friend or an AI partner. The entire Bromance still lives in the game, but it's been dumbed down quite significantly, and the characters have a few lines of dialogue, so you don't have the love this time around. Aggro still plays a big part in the game, which if you don't understand what it is, then imagine your partner is firing like a madman, making the enemy's attention focus on him, and in turn making you pretty much invisible to the enemy. Also, this is represented by a bar at the top of the screen, and turns your dudes blue and red. The system still works, but I found it just as effective to hide behind cover, pop up and take a couple shots, and duck back down. This is probably because the enemy AI isn't too smart. Seriously, I had a staring contest at one point in the game, and from there, I just found the enemies doing all sorts of strange things, which made them much more less of a threat.
Salem, Rios!
You okay?
Slightly less likely to die today, if that counts as okay.
My favourite part of the game revolved around the guns, which like the first Army of 2 you can customise all the different parts of the weapon. The most fun was using the household goods, like a soda can, as a suppressor and pimping it in a gold finish. The weapons are plentiful, and I only wish this carried over into the multiplayer side of the game, which doesn't do the 40th day too many favours either. You can play the usual objective game modes and death matches, but it will always put you in a team of 2. Up to 10 people can play on any of the 6 maps, but lag issues stand in the way of the online, as well as the fact that you do not get to customise your weapons, and instead you're given set classes. And let's be honest, there's only one class, the shotgunner. As soon as I found this weapon, I was literally the pro in every game, until people started clocking on, that is. On the technical side of the game, it isn't too pretty either. Characters have some strange ragdoll physics, and the entire presentation isn't too pleasant to look at. Characters have a good weight to them, but when speaking, lip syncing is out. It is a nice feature to be able to customise your masks, but again, these minor features do not make up for some major issues. The game is playable, don't get me wrong, but the overall feeling I was left with was one of an average shooter. From the many explosions in Shanghai, obscure moral decisions, and weapon customization, the 40th day passes as a game, but I don't see the legs for it to last online, and the co-op gameplay has been done better in other games. Although some praise has to be given to the moral choices for giving some entertaining dialogue and out of this world scenarios.
Copy.
Well, I'm glad I ran across you guys on this job. Not many locals will want to have a beer with me. I've got a couple of SSC stories that'll spin your head. Who are you talking to?
Our dispatch. Got one last order.
Murray, you there?
Yeah.
He got away.